To be able to set up our proportion and solve for one of the missing side lengths, we need to be able to determine which angles are congruent, and from there be able to determine which side lengths correspond to set up our proportion. Now, based on our diagram, we do not know which angles are congruent to which. But what we do have is our similarity statement, which is this right here. Okay, this tells me that quadrilateral ABCD is similar to JKLM. Okay, now similarity statements are written so that we know and can identify which angles are congruent. Okay, and we do that by matching the first letter of each. So each corresponding letter is congruent to the same letter in the same position. So angle A is congruent to angle J because those are the two very first letters. So A is congruent to J. B is the second letter, and so is K. So angle B is congruent to angle K. So angle B is congruent to angle K. C and L are the third letters, so angle C is congruent to angle L. And you notice L is a 90-degree angle, so I can put the 90-degree angle for angle C. And then D and M are the last letters, so angle D is congruent to angle M. So this would be 3. Okay, and D is 70 degrees. So I do not need my congruent arcs. I can just label M as 70. Okay, so now that I know what angles are congruent to each, I can then set up the proportion by matching the correct sides. So if I take a look at AB, AB is between the single and the double congruent symbol for those angles. And then, so if I look at my smaller quadrilateral, J and K are those two angles. So those side lengths correspond and are proportional. BC, you notice, is the B in the right angle. So BC is the same as is proportional to KL. CD is between the right angle and the 70 degrees. So the right angle and 70 degrees in the smaller is LM. So CD is proportional LM. And then, of course, our last side, AD, is proportional to, so that's 70 in the single angle and 70, that's JM. Okay. So now we know which sides correspond. So now I can find the measure of both. I'll mark JK with X and I'll mark JM as Y.